Welcome to Ethereum Cat Herders meeting 135. On agenda, we have ECH updates, network upgrades, protocol upgrades, event fellowship hackathon, and general discussion, along with some new initiative discussion. This is issue number 407 on ethcatherders PM GitHub repository. So the first is ECH general updates, and the item is ECH engineering. I see George on the call. George, if you would want to provide updates on it, and if there are any progress since the last meeting, you might want to add there.
Yeah, sure. So when it comes to the website, I'm actually frankly not sure what was added. Pretty sure I forgot like what we talked about yesterday when it came to the website over the past like 2 weeks. But what I'll say for Learn to Earn is that we're creating a new NFT. That has already been done. You just need to test out some edge cases when it comes to the minting part. But what we plan to do is adding the ability to claim for EIP authors and so forth for this specific NFT that's related to Pectra. And that's going to be on a claim page on the ECH website. And the Learn to Earn app is going to be updated soon. We're aiming for end of August, beginning of September for that to be done. So more news on that soon. Pooja, am I missing anything else?
Yeah, I think we also discussed about Google Analytics in the previous meeting, that it is on the to-dos, and I suppose it has been done on Versal Analytics, right?
Yes, that is done. So we have analytics on it. It's in the Vercel dashboard. So that is covered.
And I assume that cookies are still to-dos, and did we add a project by ECH Institute section? I have shared the to-dos in the chat here.
Right. Yeah. So because of the Vercel analytics, it does not do any cookies. So any kind of cookie warnings like accept or reject, that's technically not needed. Do need to update the copyright on the websites to ECH Institute, and then the GitHub project board that also needs to be updated and look more into as well. So those are still pending items.
Right. And I assume a GitHub project board, its deadline is somewhere in August. So we might want to look into it sooner rather than later if there is anything needs to be done from our end.
Yeah. Okay.
And about I don't know, was it a warning you mentioned or copyright thing? Are there any thoughts around that? Like what should go on in form of text?
It would just be changing the little copyright thing on the bottom of like on like the footer of the website to ECH Institute instead of having it where I think it's just like Ethereum Cat Herders.
Okay,
Just
perfect.
because it needs to be based on a legal name.
Okay. At some point, we might also want to add, kind of disclaimer or warning for people, like whatever we are doing are for educational purposes only, and we are not providing any financial advices, like suggesting that you should implement these EIPs or you should follow these projects. These are just for education purpose. We might want to find a placeholder for that as well.
Okay.
Cool. So let's keep that with some of the open items for the next meeting. And I suppose you have already covered Learn to Earn part, that we would be looking into it by the end of next month, right?
Correct. Yeah. hopefully expecting the app to be updated to include Pectra in there. This also depends on if the quiz is created in time for that as well. And yeah.
Yeah, sure. We'll work on that. Cool. Very cool. Okay. So to
Yeah.
summarize, yeah, someone is saying something. Please go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize I was unmuted.
Okay, no worries. So to summarize, I think from this week, the to-dos we have is adding a section for stating that it is a project by ECH Institute. We would look into GitHub project board. We would look into the EIP authors page where we are distributing NFTs to EIP authors. And then we will try to take a look at the L2E, NFT or POAP related quizzes, and we'll work on that page.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Very well. I think the next section is anyway with you, ZK. ZK, if you would like to maybe talk about
Cool.
the ops section. Yeah, please go ahead.
Just one quick question, George. Do you know if our GitHub produces like an Atom file when we have commits and stuff? I don't know if that's just default with all GitHub repos or if that's something we need to specifically allow.
An Atom file? I'm
It's
unsure.
like an RSS feed, basically.
I truly don't know.
Okay. Yeah, no worries, no worries. I'll
Yeah.
take a look and see if I can find it.
Maybe if you can give more context, is it related to if someone is making a issue or pull request and notification? Did you mean that?
Yeah, it actually works for almost anything. The files that they produce basically allow you to use it as an RSS feed for commits, for issues, for kind of anything. So even like every time there's a pull request, we can go ahead and do that. And it might be useful to produce a RSS feed every time, for example, the notes are actually merged into the repo. So there's new notes officially, we go through that whole process. And, when the new notes are added, it, publishes to the RSS feed.
I think there is a section called watch section. If people can maybe subscribe to that, it provides different options. How do you want to be receiving notification? You want only when you are mentioned, you want it for all activity, you never want to be notified and things like that. You can even customize these notification. For people who may be interested in getting a notification on notes being added or merged, I think that could be a good option available by default on GitHub.
Mhm.
Very well. With
Cool.
that, we can perhaps move on to the next section.
Yeah, for operations, we have had a couple podcasts go out and we've started sharing those on Workcast and just generally having more Workcast activity. There is another ecosystem project demo that is being set up right now, and we should be able to record that this or next week. And the last one that went out was on Gitcoin, and that's been shared and received pretty well.
That's pretty interesting. For that, I know now we have more contributors. It would be a good idea to maybe streamline this process. I think it would be useful if we kind of create a tracker for that. So we all know where we are and we are working in sync. For example, if we are working on a podcast, say, for example, the Penny, so someone can maybe create like what are the tasks those are performed with respect to each of these podcast episode. We would also have a column for where these have been shared, and let's as a group try to like and reshare it, share it as much as possible so we increase visibility. So having a Google sheet with the tracker of tasks done and completed will be nice to have.
Yeah, I'm putting something together right now because I think we've had some difficulty with that. Just, has the files been, downloaded by everyone? Have we edited it? Have we posted it? So I'm just gonna make a tracker for that all of us can utilize, so anyone can go and figure out where the social media links are and help contribute to sharing them.
Right. Yeah, that would be very helpful, I believe. Even if people miss to share some of the older posts, with the help of that sheet, we can get to know where that related link is and maybe able to share it later. Cool. I don't see Harish on the call, but last I heard he was trying to get in touch with Rory. I do not have further an update.
Yeah, I talked to him, and he basically said that he's been sick for a few days. Rory's on holiday and will be back sometime this week. So he's trying to get something recorded for next week.
Awesome. Thank you. And I think the next section mentioned here is EIPS Insight. So for EIPS Insight, I'm quickly trying to take a look. I don't see Kaushal on the call, but I'm trying to quickly take a look at the dashboard that is provided. We have 13 new drafts, 6 on EIP GitHub, 7 on ERC. We have 6 reviews, 1 in last call. Let me quickly take a look if this is completed. 24th of July. Yes, we can send a reminder to this group of authors. This is EIP's 5792 wallet call API, and it's getting into the final status. So we would be reaching out to authors to maybe invite them to make a new pull request, move the proposal in final status. But before that, if anyone has any final comment they would like to be addressed, sooner the better. We have received 1 proposal in final status in the month of July, which is EIP 7636 extension of EIP 778 for client ENR entry. It's a networking proposal. And yeah, it's good to see that it has already been merged to final status. Moved pretty fast. I am aware that EIPS Insight team is already working on 2 of the important tasks. One is how do we get the number of reviews done by each EIP editor? And number 2, how do we keep a count of open and closed pull requests with respect to each month? Hoping that these data will help us analyze the availability of reviewers even better. And based on the information collected, we would be inviting more community participants to be able to help us with the review. Right now, we are discussing a special group of people who could be added as reviewers, may not have the power to merge the pull request, but they are welcome to leave their review comments, based on which editors be able to merge or close those PRs sooner. We have, at the moment, limited number of editors, but the proposals that we get are not in proportion for that. So we are just trying to figure out how we can better create a process with the help of community where editors be able to edit and merge proposals faster than it is being done today. Processes around how you can become a reviewer, I think the best place to join would be EIP Editing Office Hour, which happens every other Tuesday at 1400 UTC. So this is Cat meeting at 1400 UTC, and the next week it will be Editing Office Hour. So that's about EIPS Insight. On PEEP and EEP, we have postponed one meeting that was planned for today. It was for the DevNet for Petra, but because there are some new proposals added, people are trying to be sure of their implementation and checking with the DevNets first before we get into the talk. So we have postponed the meeting by about a month, and the next scheduled date is August 20th. And hopefully by then we would have DevNet 2 up, so we get more information about EIPs and the success with the client implementation in that conversation with Paritosh and all testing team. In the meantime, we have released a video on Eat Simulate with Oleg and Kilari. Eat Simulate is a proposal that is there to support projects and dApps, but they are not coming with any EIP in general. The spec is shared in the form of GitHub repository with the client team, and we are hoping to have it implemented on every client asynchronously. Right now, it has been deployed by Geth and Nethermind, and we hope that other execution clients also extend their support for simulation of Ethereum transactions. There are many other benefits, so if people want to learn about the advantages that this proposal may have, it's highly recommended to check out Peep and Eep episode 135. We have also shared and recorded an episode with Tim Bako on EIP 7587, which is Reserved Precompiled Address Range for RIPs. It is a meta EIP that reserves a specific address for roll-up improvement proposals, for proposals which are going to affect layer 2 projects and be able to work with layer 1 Ethereum mainnet. This is not a very complicated process, but this meta EIP basically tries to provide and secure spaces, address range for RIPs, so we do not get a conflict with EIPs ever in future. Very interesting talk with Tim Bako, simple yet interesting. Give it a watch on Peep and Eep episode 134, the audio format of it, the podcast format of this particular episode, and other episodes of Peep and Eep are also available on ethcatherders.com/podcast. You can check it out there. One new thing that we have started from this week, and I think happens on every Thursday at 1400 UTC on Ethereum Catherders podcast. So we'll be sharing more information about it. And if you are interested to follow these dev meetings while you are driving, while you are walking and do not want to follow the YouTube, I think Ethereum Catherders will bring it to you. So stay tuned for more information upcoming on that direction. And I hope people will enjoy and learn more about Ethereum protocol development with that. All right, I think that's all on this side. Yeah, the next section is grants. Very happy to share that Octant Epoch 4 concluded yesterday, and we received support from 44 donors, 44 contributors who donated their reward from GLM staking to support Ethereum Catherders activities that we perform here, and we were able to raise more than 8 ETH. This is a good support. It will help us sustain for quite some time, and I'm grateful to all the community members, Octant and many others who have supported. So people who have participated in this GLM staking round or for allocation, they are eligible for receiving POEP. If you have donated full or part of your staking reward to any of the public good projects listed at Octant app, you are eligible to claim the POEP for Epoch 4. If people are looking for more information on how to participate in this public good, please feel free to reach out to me, or you can also reach out to the Octant team who are available on our Discord. Thank you, everyone, for supporting in this. And talking about that, I think we are up for Bitcoin 21. I wonder if there is any update on that. Did we make the application or in process of that?
No application yet. That's on my list for today.
Okay, cool. I haven't looked into what is the end date. So if we can get it closed, like if we can put up the application this week, will be a nice thing to have.
For sure.
Next is WIP at ECC. I think we have released, yes, we have released 2 videos. Maybe Akash, you can share the link and comment later on for all those videos of WIEP that were recorded and released in the past couple of weeks, so people can follow that. We had a branch at ECC talking about what WIEP is and how they are supporting with the opportunities made available for first-time contributor, for people who are looking for their first good GitHub issues. It's a group that is there to support all women developer to get into the Ethereum protocol space. We also had a community call in the past weeks. You can check out the recording that would be added in the comment section of this. We are also trying to organize a couple of events at DevCon and perhaps at ETH Singapore. I hope to provide more information as we get in there. On Ethereum PM breakout rooms and other updates, I think we are doing great on the side of like providing all the notes. Right now, we have collected the notes which are already being provided by the developers and uploading them. I checked with Portos the last time for meeting they are organizing if they want specific community notes like we do it for other meetings. So far, there is less interest in that because developers are already providing a quick note, which is helping. However, for meetings like account abstraction and so, if we need future meeting notes, I would reach out to people. I know Santosh has already shared some interest in getting those notes done. So whoever will be available at the time, we can let people work on that. I have received a few interest from the community. As we shared the issue with Bounty for a couple of meetings, EIP and All Core Dev meetings, we have received a decent number of participation from the community showing interest. The calendar, did anybody get a chance to take a look? Is there any pending meeting or are we done with all meetings till date?
I believe consensus layer meeting node is pending. I don't see the notes out yet.
Sorry, you are very muffled, Santosh. I could not hear you properly. Okay, no problem. Yeah, you can type it. And Akash, it would be nice if you can share that link on the meeting link agenda, because this chat will go away. Or you can do that later as well, no problem. Cool. So if we have already completed it, very well. If not, then please do it sooner rather than later. Okay. The next section is Ethereum network upgrade. There aren't much updates on that. People were busy in events which are going on these days. As per the latest update, testing team are working on DevNet version 2. Hopefully that will be launched soon. We'll get to know more about it in the next All Core Dev meeting. And for people who would want to follow the hard fork meta or any update on network upgrade, there is some upgrade meta thread they can follow. The link is added to the agenda. For other protocol and application development, we have already added the link to the playlist of recording, which we are maintaining. We have also created the breakout room folders, which people can find at Ethereum/PM repository. There is a breakout room folder. They can check for each and every breakout room meeting details over there. For events fellowship hackathon, ECC is already completed. We don't have to be worried about it anymore. And okay, let me quickly go there one more time. 3.6, okay. I think I was looking at the earlier agenda. But for EdCon, I don't know, nobody from CatHeaders participated in the EdCon. Did anybody go there or followed or have any information on that part? Okay, I'll take that. We could not join that one. But there are two other upcoming. One is Eat Singapore and the other one is DevCon 2024. I have applied for an EIP talk for DevCon, and I am hoping that Hudson would also join me in that. We are also requesting for a booth. Hopefully we get that. If we get that, then we will try to have it on like big scale, meaning we would try to have some volunteers who can support with the event organizing thing and maybe spread more information about Ethereum cat herders. We'll talk more and plan even more when we have the confirmation from the team. Today is the deadline. If anybody from this room wants to make any application to DevCon, 30th July is the deadline. And yeah, I think the next one is New Initiative Association team discussion. I don't know if you want to talk about it right now. Staking related content.
Yeah, I think that's really just been on pause until all the onboarding and initial infrastructure stuff is done.
Sounds good. Maybe we can drop it off from the next meeting agenda and we'll bring it back when we are ready for this discussion.
Will do.
And I also quickly want to check with Santosh. I can see him here on the call today. Do you have anything like any proposal or something that can be implemented for AI tool on ECH website right now? If you can maybe put it in a document and share it with the people, we can start looking into it by creating an issue or agenda.
Sure, I'll do that.
Okay. I came across an interesting website for EIP information, and it is called as EIP.tools. I think it is a very simple website providing information about EIPs, and I love the way it has provided the UI. It talks about the most discussed EIPs on the date, and then it randomly picks up an EIP and start talking about it. My guess is it is done by AI, but it's a very good use of AI for creating this kind of tool for the ecosystem. Maybe you want to get inspired and think of creating something more for maybe Ethereum cat herders, information which is useful for the community. We might want to update the general stats here. I don't know. We should have more than 9 followers on broadcast. Could anybody quickly check it?
Yep, I'm checking now. Right now we're at 14.
Oh, not bad. At least to increase. People, if you have not subscribed or not followed Eatcat Herders on Rapcast, please do that. It's rapcast.com/Eatcat Herders. And we would love to have you there to amplify all the contents which we are providing. Please do join and support the contents which is created by you for the community. We can also update the rest of the stats here and yeah, anything else from the previous meeting. Quickly checking on that. Pandora issue. Is it done?
Yeah, I took a look at the Pandora issue and I didn't see an option to submit to Pandora. So I feel like Pandora is indexing from somewhere that we should be. I don't know where they're indexing from. So if we're not in the index of wherever they're pulling this info, then
okay. In that case, maybe we can like hide it for some time from the website. if we are not able to provide them the right link, let's hide it and let's work in the background. If it is fixed and updated, or maybe write a note that this is having some trouble, something so people don't get confused. Does it make sense?
Yep, that makes sense.
Okay, so whatever you decide, please coordinate with George so he can make that change in the next push, and we work on that part. We are done with ACD podcast, ecosystem project demo. Yes, we are hoping to have 2 more projects this and the subsequent week. So we would be getting there as well. Okay. Yeah, I think we are good with all the to-dos from the last meeting. Anything else people have to share, discuss?
Oh, maybe I have this thought, right? Uh, like how every other company does this. Can we also have some goals for next 6 months, right? Like where do we want to see UCH in the next 6 months? Like in multiple angles, if you want to look at it, right? Be it on your social media, or be it on our website or the YouTube site, like be it your subscriber count or anything. So should we put goals and work backwards so that we kind of know where we want to get there, right? Because we are a community which we support, like we are the set of people who helps this community, right? But I believe having a goal will make it quantified and also have a target and achievement.
And that would even help us in fundraising. I could not hear you properly, but I could get the sense that the suggestion here is to get something on listed on our website as goals or what we want to do in the next 6 months. Yeah. Anybody has any suggestion where we can add this? Because generally we have those kind of statement available. I apply for grants for that. I always prepare these documents, but these documents are buried with that particular grants. We can perhaps make it even public. Maybe Santosh, I can, if you have any more thoughts and suggestions around that, you can maybe start a document, a working document, and we can update it. And then we'll find a placeholder on the website where we would want to add it. If we don't find anything specific, what we can do is just add a link on the homepage somewhere, and then it will take directly to the goal of the organization. And if needed, we can take help of Akash to maybe create some kind of images around that, what we plan to do, and create it, put it in a better way.
Sure, noted.
Okay. Yeah, whenever you start, please share the document and we can work on it. All right. Any other thoughts, suggestion, improvements that people would like to suggest for Ethereum catheters? Very well. In that case, I think we can close it here. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. I hope to see you around on Discord discussing something about it.